Happy Monday. For the last 2 weeks, minus Friday and last Thursday, Thanksgiving, we have been in Luke chapter 15. It's this part of the series on the parables. They're great. There's these stories that Jesus makes up that smuggle truth under our radar. This is one of the best, and we are now coming to the end. It's in Luke chapter 15, picking up in verse 28. The older brother has recently announced to his father that he is not going into the party, which is a scandal in itself. I'm reading now. So his father went out and pleaded with him, but he answered his father, "Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders, yet you never gave me a young goat so that I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours, who has squandered your property with prostitutes, comes home, you kill the fatted calf for him." "My son," the father said, "you are always with me and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is now found." So what's going on here? I want to be sure you get this because many do not. The fool in this story, the loser, the bad guy, the bad example, it's not the prodigal. It's the older brother. It's not the one who skipped town and lost all the money. In this story, the story that Jesus makes up to make a point, the bad example, the person you don't want to be, is the older brother. Jesus is telling this story to the Pharisees, who are by default the older brother. And he is saying, you're getting it wrong. The moral of the story is, do not be a self-important, self-righteous, religious jerk. Jesus is issuing an indictment here against religion and religious pride, and by extension, against the Pharisees, and against us anytime we think we're better than someone else. So what are we supposed to learn from this parable? A few things. Today I want to make one point, and that is religion doesn't work. Please hear this. There are two ways to be lost. We can rebel against God, or we can be religious. Religion doesn't work. We cannot be good enough to reach up. Christianity is not a religion. In a sense, Christianity is the anti-religion. In some ways, it is a big, bold declaration that we can never be good enough. We need God to reach down to us. So let me repeat this in a slightly different manner. There are two ways to be lost. We can rebel against God, or we can be religiously self-righteous. We can turn our back on God, or we can think, I'm good enough. I'm certainly better than most people. In many days, I managed to make both of these mistakes on the same day. I suppose we all default in one way or the other. Rebels are into innovation, new lifestyles. I'm not going to be bound by past attitudes, no limits, I'm free. Pharisees like tradition. They want to keep customs. In fact, they often care more about the customs than they do about people. They pine for the good old days. Rebels tend to identify with the term liberal. Pharisees tend to identify with the term conservative. With rebellion, the sin is usually visible. With Phariseeism, it's usually not. Rebellion is into unrighteousness. Phariseeism is into self-righteousness. Neither work. Please see this. In some ways, this is the main point of the parable. Jesus is speaking to Pharisees, and he is making the point that religion doesn't work. Have a good day.